are lots of stories that are hidden, that are silent and left untold, and we wanted to provide families with the opportunity to share their stories so that we could learn from these lived experiences. These women have come from a wide variety of areas, a wide variety of backgrounds, and they all have one thing in common. They've all experienced postpartum mood changes, and they've all recovered from postpartum mood changes.
Although I had talked about my postpartum mood disorder, I hadn't really talked about it so openly. I was trying to think about what the message was that I was trying to get across in this project. And I kept coming back to this thought about it being monumental in my life, that it wasn't just a small thing. And I found this rock and I thought it really sort of captured that monumental feeling, because I wanted people to really realize that it wasn't just sort of a pebble in a woman's shoe that she picked up, but that she had to carry this with her and that it would stay with her forever.
It's amazing like how talking about it, even all these years later, still makes me feel like I am actually putting a lid on it. That chapter is closing, I am moving on. And it also helps me realize how far I've come. And that's a really good feeling.
I was nervous coming in to PhotoVOICE, not knowing that I was able to take photos that would tell enough of my story. But I found through the process that it was a really great way to express what you're going through.
It was also very powerful to see what other women in the group chose to represent their experience. And I think it allowed us all to realize that we were much more similar than we were different.
This process was really the first opportunity for many women to share with other women who had experienced PPMD, which is so validating to be able to have those discussions and that dialogue. And that was one of the biggest things I think that we learned, that the PhotoVOICE really reinforced how silent this issue is, how much shame and stigma is involved, and how fearful women are to come forward and to talk. Over the course of both Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the project, we had multiple PhotoVOICE galas across northeastern and also northwestern Ontario. So the photos that the women took in these projects were displayed in their home communities, with service providers and members of the community coming out to learn about what lived experiences of PPMD are like, and also the change that these women would like to see, the change that they encouraged in their communities, the changes that they would like to see happen in the North.
It's really culminated today in this event, in the gala, to be able to see the photos and the expression of women's experiences. It's been so incredibly moving, touching, and I've heard people say that this has already opened their eyes, that they knew this existed, but really didn't have a sense of it.
The parents brought in pictures that represented their own experience. They represented the relationships that they had with other people. And these things are so important for us to consider, because so often the services that do exist may focus simply on the individual. What we do know solidly is that postpartum mood changes affect the whole family. If there's two parents in a family, it can affect both parents. It can affect the children. And so it's so very important that we consider the whole family when we're looking at this issue.